Brazilian silver with special hand-painted accent stripes and a black rear panel. It was one of the most successful image builders for any car, and the concept lasted in one form or another for 15 years.
The Hurst Olds was not just a beauty queen either. With 455 cubic inches under the hood, the car had run $12.99 at 108 miles an hour.
Just when you thought you had seen all they had, Olds came out with more. In 1969, they hit you with new cylinder heads, which breathed much better on the exhaust side. In 1970, the head office okayed the 370-horse 455 engine in the 442, and the Force Air package now breathed through two huge scoops in a fiberglass hood. They now offered a factory aluminum intake manifold and an aluminum rear axle center section. All the years of research and development, the racing, the constant improvement culminated in the 1970 W30 442. The mission the Olds engineers and designers set upon in 1949 with the Rocket V8 led right to this car. Their MO was the same with this car as all the ones which came before. If it helped make a better car, go for it. The red plastic inner fenders, the extensive use of aluminum engine components, the very effective hood scoops. These and 100 other features were all folded into a package that makes the 442 a favorite of collectors and restorers.
The car was in excellent condition, and all I had to do to it since I've had it was put another paint job on it, do a little work on the interior. And we recently did the heads on the car, and everything else is original.
The car was restored in 1979. It was completely disassembled in 1979. New fenders were put on it, new door panels, new hood. The car was completely detailed in the undercarriage area, completely repainted totally. On the interior's original interior. The restoration process took about a year and a half. The Oldsmobile was built to be a little more luxurious, appeal to a different market, and at the same time, they wanted brute strength and good handling and plenty of horsepower, and it had the best of all three worlds.
The years after 1970 did not come launching out of the gate with a lot of tire smoke and roaring engines. The muscle car era was drawing to a close, but Olds was going down swinging. Thanks to the fine preparation Olds engineers had made in the previous years, the new 8.5-to-1 compression ratios weren't as severe a blow to the 442's performance as was felt by others. The big 455 was now being rated very conservatively at 375 foot-pounds of torque at 2,800 RPM. And so oppressive were the forces of the day, from the insurance companies to the emissions police, that nobody even advertised horsepower anymore. But a reliable estimate put it at around 300. Still, though, Olds figured a way to keep their rocket at the top of the rapidly slowing performance pack. In 1972, the 442 suffered the insult of losing its model status and returned to being just an option on the Cutlass. The magic was gone. An era had ended.
My favorite car of the Hurst Oldsmobiles was the 1972 Indy 500 pace car, which Mark Donahue ended up winning. I gave him the car, and now Roger Penske has saved that car. It's beautiful, and it's in his collection. My favorite was that big block 455, smoke the tires and shift those gears. I love the 72 pace car. That was my favorite. I have a 75 and a 79. I drive on the street at home now. But my favorite car in the whole wide world probably was 57 Chevrolet. First kiss I ever had was 57 Chevrolet.
I like it because it's unique. I've only seen one other 65 ever, as long as, for the past 4.5 years.
I've had some fun in it. I had a guy one day going down the freeway on a CBR 900 or 600. Wanted to race me, so he started doing a little bit of that hesitation, and we took off. went down the highway and we were probably doing about 110, 120. Perfectly legal, you know, but he finally let off, and I cooked on by and let off a little ways down the road. It's a screamer. Definitely hauls ass. Can you say that on TV?
The restoration is a process that I think you're going to see more and more cars go through, even cars in the 70s and late 70s, and I hope it's something that continues to last well into the next century.
The 442 continued on in name only for another 10 years, never again to be the muscle car it once was. But the magic lives on in the great 442, still on the road today, whether they've been lovingly restored or carefully preserved. Thanks to them, we'll never forget what a 4-barrel carburetor, a 4-speed transmission, and dual exhaust can do if they're in a car made by Oldsmobile. Thanks for watching, and we hope you'll be with us again on the next issue of the American Muscle Car. Remember, don't crush them, restore them.